Alright guys, this is an overview of Unit 3, The Great Gatsby, as some of you are getting pretty close to hitting this unit. You should have received a novel, The Great Gatsby, from Connexus in the mail. However, for some reason you didn't, or you lost it, then misplaced it, we'll say. Then you have a link to the book online, and you can also get this for free from like Amazon, Kindle, stuff like that. So, but I did give you a link to the book online for you to read if you can't find it, the physical copy. Alright, so let's go through your lesson mods for Unit 3. Alright, this is your novel reading for the semester. You've got your C notes that are linked here, of course. So you open those up, and this is what you're looking at for C notes. You've got 5 things that you've got to take notes over. The 1920s, characterization, tone, point of view, symbol, illusion, and Fitzgerald. So you can see where those all are. Lesson 1, 2, 3, and 8. That's what you're taking notes over. Okay, so you want to remember about those. Everything here is pretty straightforward. It looks like your other ones. I've included some overview videos for you, and I'm going to be adding Lit Leads video, which are me talking to you about the chapters you're reading. So you can look forward to those coming up. Here is the link to, that's not what I meant to click, the link to the book online. I've put those at the bottom of each of these, so that's always there for you. Some other tutorial videos here that'll be helpful, like Gatsby's New York, for example. So you kind of go through those, and those are basically the same. When you get to lesson 5, you have a discussion board post. Like always, I've taken that out of Connexus, and it is here instead. So you have 6 topics that you can pick from on this. So talking about the movie and differences to the book, etc. So you pick one of those topics. Sorry, they're all numbered twice. The number's messed up on me. So you look at the questions, respond to one meaningfully, of course include a quotation to support your response, then respond to another student's post. You'll need to either disagree, amend, or extend their answer. Okay, you can't just go, yeah, good job, I agree. Alright, so you can either disagree, amend, or extend on their answer. Alright, for full credit. So that's the discussion board post. Then lesson 6, this is your portfolio assignment. Okay, I have completely erased what is in Connexus. It's completely changed, so you want to ignore lesson 6 in Connexus. Instead, you are going to go to the Gatsby assignment page and do what it says, which is here. Okay, so you click on that link. Alright guys, I'm going to tell you this now. This is going to space some of you guys out. You're going to go like, what? I have no idea what to do. Let me give it to you in basic form. Basically, you are creating a visual over a topic and then recording yourself presenting that visual. Okay, you create a visual over the topic, record yourself presenting that visual. Alright, your recording must be 3 minutes long. So now let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm going to walk you through this kind of step by step, okay? So The Great Gatsby, your goal is in this project to show you've read the novel, that you understand it, that you've thought about it, and that you're able to interpret it. This is also where I'm going to get in your oral skills, which are a requirement in our TEKS. So you're doing this project in 2 parts. The first part is the visual. You're creating the visual, and the second part is the 3-minute recording. Okay, so those are the 2 parts. Now, here's the deal. For the visual, you can do anything you want. I'm not giving you a requirement, except you may not do a PowerPoint or a Prezi. You have to do something else. Okay, and we'll look at some ideas. So here are the requirements. Your presentation has to be 3 minutes long, plus or minus 15 seconds. You must include a visual and or audio video aspect, so that's your recording. Those 2 parts, visual and the recording. You must focus on one item on the list to analyze, which are listed in step 1. You have creativity in your format. So as long as you don't do a PowerPoint or a Prezi, you can do whatever you want. You have to include 3 passages of texts as support. You have to propose a clear claim regarding your topic, and then you post your project or link it on our Gatsby page on the website. Okay? So here are your topics. Is Gatsby really great? Is he heroic or foolish, romantic or realist? So you're analyzing Gatsby. Does wealth affect or change characters positively or negatively? What's the effect of wealth? Are characters responsible for their own fate? In other words, are they just victims of their circumstances, or do their choices dictate what happens to them? Is the past, or even time in general, beneficial or harmful to the characters? And you guys can read through the rest of these. Let me know if you're confused about them or you talk to you about them. So you pick one of those. That's your first step. Okay, right? If you're overwhelmed with this project, just take it step by step. Step 1, I pick one of those topics. So you look at them and you pick them. Step 2, you've got to narrow this topic down. You don't have enough time to deal with these topics in relation to the entire novel. So, for example, if I'm doing Is Gatsby really great, I'm only going to look at Gatsby maybe in one chapter, okay, and deal with that. Or is Gatsby really great according to Nick or according to Daisy? So you have to narrow your topic in some way, all right, so that it's manageable for you, okay? Dealing with a whole novel at a time is way too difficult. Step 3. This is what's due in your rough draft. Okay, lesson 6, you turn in step 3. Step 3 is the visual, okay? And this is the part that's going to throw you for a loop. This is the part where you have complete freedom, except you can't do PowerPoint or Prezi. So, if I'm doing How is Gatsby great, I need to do some kind of visual that demonstrates my view on that topic, my thesis, my stance, and includes my textual support. What can I do? I can do whatever I want to do as long as it's not a PowerPoint or a Prezi. So I've given you some ideas. You might choose to do a Twitter feed. You know, oh, this is Gatsby's Twitter feed that might show up in chapter 1 or chapter 5, whatever one you want to do. This might be his Facebook page, or it might be Nick's Facebook page, and he's talking about Gatsby. It just depends on what your whole focus is. You might do a blog. You might do a news feed. You might be really great at like video stuff, and you do your own little pop-up video. Think of like the old MTV music pop-up videos, where you take a scene from Gatsby and you do these little pop-ups telling us about stuff pertinent to your topic. You might do a drawing, make a comic, do some anime or manga. It's really up to you. Okay, your responsibility is to show me your argument in relation to your topic and provide textual support. And you have to do that visually. How you do it is up to you, as long as you don't use PowerPoint or Prezi. Okay? So here are the visual requirements. Your visual needs to be focused around your chosen topic. Your claim has to be clear. You have to include your 3 passages of evidence. Your visual needs to be well developed and thought through. If you choose to do something on media, let me give you the caveat, create some kind of fake account that we can make private and you can share with me and the other students possibly. You'll be explaining this project in the next step, part 4, or step 4, whenever you turn in your final, and it'll have to be recorded. So whatever you create, make sure you create enough that you can talk for 3 minutes over it, okay? Otherwise, you have creative freedom. So just figure out, you know, what's interesting to you. Maybe you like making video games. Make a video game. It's whatever you want to do. So you'll submit this by either giving me a link in the Dropbox or a file or a screenshot, whatever you need to give me based on what you do, what you choose to do. That's what you do for your rough draft. Then for your final, you're going to do your recording. So on your recording, you can either do a screencast, like if you just want to show me, like this right here, what I'm doing now is a screencast. You don't see me, but you hear me talking, and then you can see my visual on the screen. You can do that. If you want to actually record yourself doing something, then that's fine too. It really is dependent on what your project is. The caveat is your recording has to be 3 minutes long. As long as it's within 15 seconds of 3 minutes, then you'll have no points deducted. And then I've kind of gone through, you've got to state your argument, explain the support for your point, explain how that's expressed through your visual. Here's what I'm trying to prove, and this is how you can see it in the visual I've created. Below, down at the bottom, you can see I've made some screencast tools. Not made them, I've included some for you so you can look at those. When you finish, you either link or upload your project on our Gatsby page on our website. Okay, and that's linked there. So, final note, this is a very open assignment. You guys can do whatever you want. You have freedom, and I realize whenever you have freedom, that scares you because you want to know exactly what am I supposed to do, how am I supposed to do it. But guys, you're getting older, and part of getting older is you get more freedom and you have to deal with that. So this is that step where I'm just saying, here's what I want. I want you to approach this topic. I want a visual. I want a recording. Don't use PowerPoint and Prezi. The rest is up to you. So if you get stressed out, you want to run ideas by me, you are absolutely free to do that. In fact, I would encourage you to do that. But don't let this be a stressor. Let it be a fun thing, okay? You can work with whatever medium that you want to work with. So your rubric is here. You can look at all of that, and then what gets you an A to an F. All right, that's all there. Let me know if you have any questions on all of that. Here is our Gatsby page where you will actually upload your presentation, and there are instructions there that you're going to want to follow. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the Gatsby unit, okay? So let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to walk you through any of this. But hopefully, you know, you just go with that idea of freedom. That's really what I'm wanting you to do with this assignment. Come up with something cool. As long as you prove your point and have your evidence, then we're golden. So go get your creative juices flowing. Let me know if you have questions. Remember, I'm always here to help. Thanks, guys.